All right. Perfect. And then let's get this going. All right. Awesome. I know we're still waiting on a few more people because I think our registration is double this count here, but I want to make sure that our presenter today has as much time as possible to get through the first session of this series. So welcome everyone. Normally I'll start yelling and screaming about people turning their cameras on. However, I am in that group today. So for today, I will leave it alone. As I shared with the group before I went live on Facebook, I shared with the Zoom group here. I am not feeling or looking my best today, so I am keeping my camera off, but I will be fully present. So good afternoon for those that I have not met. I am Magali Yacine. I am the Executive Director of Hustle Winston-Salem. We are a nonprofit that is dedicated to inclusive entrepreneurship. And we focus on businesses that are owned by people of color, by women, and those in marginalized business districts, although we are open to all. And this particular series, Marketing Outside the Box, we do in partnership with the Foresight Tech Small Business Center, as well typically with Flywheel Co-working, which is also located in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, where we host it in Flywheel when we're in person. And we feel like we'll be returning to some of the in-person activity in the second quarter of the year, possibly this summer because I'm a little crazy. We'll see. So Marketing Outside the Box, just for those that haven't heard it before, is a program we started many years ago when we surveyed entrepreneurs in our community. And we still continue to get the same feedback today that marketing is the number one need or gap for most entrepreneurs. This is where they feel they're not their strongest in small businesses as well. So that's kind of how Marketing Outside the Box started. We used to do it once a month. Then it switched to every 2 weeks. And before we knew it, it was every single week because the need was just that great and continues to be. So we're happy to have you all here with us today. Same to our Facebook audience. Happy to have you join us as well. We don't have enough time typically to do introductions around the room. So I encourage everyone in the Zoom chat to introduce yourself via Zoom. Same thing on Facebook in the comment section. Let us know who you are. Let us know your business. Drop your social media, especially your TikTok, so that we can follow you and support you and vice versa. This series for the month, and I promise Mendez, I'll be handing it over to you in just a second.
Take your time.
This series for this month, and again, for those that are not familiar with Marketing Outside the Box, we take a topic for the entire month and we delve into it. So each week we give you what we believe are bite-sized chunks of information that you can apply to your business that week and come back the next week to continue the process. And by the end of the month, the idea is you feel you have a strong, solid foundation and even more for whatever our topic is. And in this case, our topic for the month of March, can y'all believe it's already March? Our topic for the month of March is TikTok tips every business should know. So if you're a business owner, I'm assuming that's why you're here. I'm not teaching this series because I will be learning with you. I don't know TikTok for real. I couldn't think of anyone better than a Gen Zer to come in and teach us TikTok. And for those that may know some of TikTok, you may hear some things, as we get everyone on the same foundation. But otherwise, I think this is going to be a phenomenal series, and I am super, super excited. With that, I'm going to hand the reins over to today's presenter, to Mendez, better known as Mendez, and I'll let him introduce himself and go through his presentation. See, I did it in 5 minutes, Mendez.
Thank you. I got the spotlight. Hello, everyone. My name is Mendez Douthit. As Magali said, I'm a Gen Zer, and she approached me to teach this class. And so I want to welcome you all to Marketing Outside the Box, TikTok tips. I'm glad you all came because your TikTok experience after this series is never going to be the same. That's in a good way, though. So what I do is I help creatives grow their social media audience and leverage it on social media. That is on Instagram, that's on Facebook, and that's on TikTok. One of my most recent case studies, she's actually here. Her name is Nia Jackson. We grew her audience from 0 to 122K, I think it is at this moment, in 7 months. So I've got a lot of experience firsthand. I've seen a lot of obstacles. I've made a lot of mistakes. So I'm here to share that information with you so that you all don't have to go through the same trials and tribulations that I have. All right. Now, before we start, I do have a few things to like set the room. One, this is my first class, so I want you all to bear with me. Two, I want you all to know that I'm very laid back, not very uptight. So if you all have a question or if you all have a concern, please feel free to turn on your microphones, turn on your cameras and say, hey, can you go back and talk about that? Hey, I missed that, those things. Feel free to chat with me in the chat as well.
I was just praying about that because I have a serious question.
What's your question?
You are awesome. That is so cool. I was just praying, God, are we going to get to ask a question? Okay.
Yeah, you're going to get to ask questions.
I'm Carrie, and I am very, very random, and I'm not good at focus. I'm multitasking person by nature. But I did actually make a TikTok one time that a friend of mine told me that their safety of information really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's true, but she said that they sell it like crazy, and they've been hacked and a whole bunch of stuff. Is that true? Because if it's not,
we're going to talk about that today later on in the session, Carrie, and then I'll contact you personally, just because there is a lot of how would I say that, speculation around how TikTok collects their data.
Okay. So can I put my email in the chat and you'll respond?
Yeah.
You are awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. As Magali said before, I do want you all to put what industries that you all are in, or what industries that you're interested in the chat box. You can say it, you can put it in the chat box. I'd really like to see who's in the room, because I promise you, TikTok is a tool that all of you all need to use at this very moment. It's a tool that we haven't seen in history ever. There's not going to be another moment like there is now. I believe those are all my notes for the session for beginning. Yeah, let's get started. Let's talk TikTok. Here we go. So as we know, TikTok Tips is the theme for March. So we have 5 weeks. March has an additional Wednesday, so you all have the pleasure of being with me an extra Wednesday. But the first session in this session is the intro to TikTok. And in this session, we'll be talking about the basics. You'll really get to know what TikTok is. For my people that don't know what it is at all, I don't want you to feel insecure or embarrassed. And we'll be talking about how TikTok got to where it is today. In the next session, next week, we're going to do a live setup of your TikTok. So I'll be working with you and giving you a live tutorial about how to optimize and create your own account for yourself or your business. In the 2 weeks after that, I'll be talking about TikTok content creation and planning. I know what prohibits a lot of people from really dedicating their time and business on social media is the fact that there is this stigma that you have to dedicate a lot of time to it. I'm not going to lie to you. Social media, to do it right, does take a lot of time, but I don't think it's going to take as much time as you think it may with TikTok. So in those 2 sessions, we'll be talking about how you can plan your content around what you do, your business, and then how you can create content quickly and edit it and get it up on the platform. And lastly, we'll be talking about the analytics that TikTok has, because TikTok does collect a lot of data, like Carrie was just mentioning, but you can really apply that data to your business, especially for those of us who are still building our customer profiles, looking at our target audiences. This can really help you hone in on who those people are for you. All right. Do we have any questions about the course overview? All right. So now for today, the intro to TikTok, what we'll be talking about is what TikTok is essentially, why TikTok matters, like why is it important to you? How TikTok got to where it is today. TikTok, the journey has been almost a decade in the making. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people see that it's this app that just blew up overnight. This has been a decade-long process. And I feel like it's very imperative for you to know that as you all move forward with TikTok. And then just the simple basics of the platform. I'll be going over how it looks and how you interact with others. All right.
Can you go back one screen for just 1 second? Because I didn't completely finish reading it. Oh, I think you are so awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I didn't get to read the last one. Thank you.
Got you. All right. Do we have any other questions or concerns? All right, let's hit it. So what is TikTok? TikTok, for those of us who don't know, is a short form video sharing app that allows users to create and share 15-second to 3-minute videos on any topic. And to the right on this screen right here, you're gonna see this is what TikTok looks like. I'm actually scrolling through a feed and you're gonna see a myriad of videos that are going on. We have everything from art to conspiracy theories, to food, to photography, all of that. There's all of this on TikTok. And also TikTok is now rolling out the feature to certain creators to share 10-minute videos on their platform, which means that they are now directly competing with YouTube. That's a whole other conversation for another day. Now I will say, I think it's very interesting that TikTok's main demographic in the United States is majorly Gen Z, everybody up to around 22, 23, 24-ish. But throughout other large countries and continents in the world, TikTok's main demographic is 23 to 34. So yeah, so it's not just an app for kids. Us grown folks are on here too. And so right here we have why TikTok. So for those who may be in the session, may be saying, okay, I want to know what TikTok is, but why does this matter to me, right? I've got 6 really good reasons for you. The first one is you can reach more people. What do I mean by that? TikTok is currently available right now in 154 different countries and is available in 75 different languages, meaning that whatever needs, whatever customer your business is addressing, you are going to be able to contact those people. I think there's only, somebody can correct me on this, there's not more than 200 main countries in the world. So you're pretty much getting a reach into every corner of the world by being on TikTok. And you can also reach more people faster. As of right now, multiple outlets are reporting, and TikTok themselves are reporting, that they have 1 billion monthly users currently on the platform. That is roughly 12% of the of the world population. Now, I'm not saying that literally 12% of the of the world population is on this app. What that means is the people that have different profiles, different accounts, they are logging into these different accounts and they are going and interacting, posting content, and engaging with other accounts. What does that mean for you? That means that as TikTok continues to grow, they're going to be heavily pushing your content, which means that you're going to be able to capitalize on that growth that TikTok is currently working on. The third reason, and I think might be one of the most important, is great user engagement. TikTok's algorithm it's a little different than other social media platforms. And what I mean by that is, if we go back to right on over here to this video, you can see this video feed, right? TikTok is choosing for me what video I'm seeing. Although I'm in the following page, and I'll explain what that means later for those who don't know. Although I'm in the following page, TikTok is choosing for me what I'm seeing. And so I can choose to swipe or watch the video. So that takes the pressure off of the user to decide, am I going to watch the stories? Am I going to look at the DMs? Am I going to scroll through the feed? Am I going to go through the lives? TikTok does that for you, meaning that the user can now focus more on how they're going to engage and interact with the video. Are they going to like? Are they going to comment? Are they going to share? Those things. And so that results in really, really, really great levels of user engagement for all creators. My next reason is endless content opportunities on TikTok. Now, a lot of you may be saying, TikTok is a video sharing app. There's not a lot of content that can be created. I'm not talking about the videos. I'm talking about the topics around the videos. For those of you who are on TikTok, you can attest to the fact that there is something, again, for everyone on TikTok. There is a time where you can be scrolling, finding facts out about marine biology, I had a tongue twister, marine biology, and then you can be finding facts out about dogs. Like, there are endless content opportunities. I don't want you to think that even though your business has a super, super, super narrow and tight niche, that your audience is not going to be on TikTok, because I can almost bet money that those people are going to be on TikTok somewhere. And so speaking about your audience, you're able to find and expand your audience. Again, TikTok has this really in-depth analytic system, as you can see exactly who is watching your videos, how long they're spending on each video. Are they swiping? Are they coming from the profile? You can really hone in on that data, and you can use it to help define your customer and your business. And so the last thing, which I think is almost one of the most important, is TikTok is very budget friendly. So with my most recent case study, and Nia can attest to this, when we were growing her account from 0 to 122,000 followers, we have not spent a dime in pushing her content out. We have not spent a dime in ad spend. All we've done is put a person in front of a camera and created the content. That is unheard of on any social media platform. On Facebook, if you need to get in front of that many people, or like with a very small following, you're going to pay a little bit for some ad spend. If you want to do that on Instagram, you're going to pay a little bit for a sponsored post. On Twitter, the same thing. TikTok, there is no need to do that because the organic growth on the platform is insane. So yeah, those are the 6 main reasons why I want you all to really take this in. We're going to go over these again, but yes. So
and then before we move over to the next slide,
what's up?
We have a question in the chat, and Kim, please jump in if I'm asking your question incorrectly. I'm not quite sure what you were speaking of at the moment when the question was asked, but it's, how is that different? How will the algorithms not minimize my reach?
So kind of what I was saying is, he was talking about, when you're scrolling through or whatever, it kind of prompts you on what it wants you to see, or, if you want to do your stories, your DMs, whatever. How is that not different from the other social media platforms? And how is, like, it sounds like my reach is great, but how do I know that I'm not getting minimized on, who is seeing my content like Facebook does, or like IG does? When I look at my back end and I see what my insights are, and I'm like, this is so pointless, to an extent. But so how is that different in what TikTok is delivering in what you're saying?
So great question, Kim. I'm going to say, because I have a section just for that when I talk about TikTok's biggest differentiator. All right.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
All right, and then you have another comment that says, I'm sold. How much do you charge? You don't actually have to answer that right now, but just wanted to give you that comment.
Got you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to whoever said that. I just saw a comment that talked about Musical.ly also. We're literally about to get into that right now. Do I have any other questions or comments or concerns? Am I going too fast for you all? Please let me know, because I will slow down. But I get really excited about this and I talk fast. Okay, I think I'm doing a great job then. So we're gonna take a journey back to 2012, and we're gonna talk about what happened in the past that allowed TikTok to get to this point. And so I'm not directly speaking on how the developers built the app, but TikTok, again, is the fastest growing social media platform ever. So I wanna go into how these other social media giants like Facebook, like Instagram, like Twitter, allow this to happen to their platforms. So does anybody remember Vine? I know somebody here has to remember Vine. I'm seeing one person. Give me a response. Vine was very similar to TikTok. It was an American social media app, and people could share 6-second long videos on any topic, right? And this was a craze in 2012, but unfortunately, Vine shut down in 2017 due to the lack of support to its content creators. Around this time, when people saw what Vine was doing, other apps really got onto it and started stealing their users. Vine wasn't really able to be monetized with their business model. You couldn't really run ads. There was just a lot of stuff going on with Vine. I personally think Vine was too early to the market. It was too ahead of its time. That's why I didn't make it, but that's a conversation for another day. So as I mentioned, Vine had a whole lot of competition when it came out. So Vine launched in 2013 to a few 100,000 people, and then went public in mid 2013. So 1 year later, Musical.ly comes out. And to whoever mentioned Musical.ly, you were already ahead of me. Musical.ly comes out in April 2014. And Musical.ly is a Chinese short form video sharing app to where users could post 15-second to 1-minute videos, lip syncing to songs and dancing to music. Now, the thing about Musical.ly is, how would I say? It was defined around the music, hence the name. So there wasn't much content that was not surrounding music. There was usually a song on every video that you saw, or some type of remix of something, right? Keep this in mind. Next year comes Triller. Triller, who's familiar with Triller? Okay, most people are looking around. I know that's right. Triller is very similar to Musical.ly. It's also a video sharing social media app that allows users to create short form video content around music videos. People have actually created whole live music videos on Triller. It's a little crazy to think, but it's very similar to Musical.ly in that aspect. And then we have Douyin. Douyin launched in 2016. Most of you probably won't know what it is, but Douyin is the Chinese version of TikTok. It translates directly to TikTok, but it's only available in China. So as we're looking at this competition right here, Vine had a lot of competition coming out at the time. But like I mentioned, these social media giants weren't really worried about what these apps were doing to their platform, because Facebook has billions of monthly users, just like TikTok does now. These people weren't seeing that type of growth because they were so spread out. There was nothing that was stealing users from these other platforms. So then now we're about to get into the drama. As we all know, as entrepreneurs and just adults in life, timing is everything. And Douyin really hopped on timing. The first thing that happened was Vine announced that it was going to shut down in late 2016. And in early 2017, we took the cultural loss of losing Vine. I was on Vine, and it was a loss. And so all these people that had really built their careers on Vine, they needed somewhere to go. Give me 1 second really quick. Okay. Yeah, these people needed somewhere to go. These people that had, Vine created millionaires, by the way. People were getting huge brand deals, brand endorsements. A few names that I know from the platform that are still going to this day: Jay Versace, Samarella, Jake and Logan Paul. Those people started off on Vine. So those people needed somewhere to go. So they began going back to Facebook, back to Instagram. Some of them translated to Musical.ly. Some of them came over to Triller. Some of them came over. The people that were in China were able to go over to Douyin. And so their competitors began to see immense growth in the market. But again, it wasn't anything that was too threatening to apps like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So then Douyin, it sees that this proof of concept that they have, this TikTok only in China, is really, really taking off. I mean, they saw crazy growth within their first couple of weeks. And so what they did was they came back and they bought Musical.ly for somewhere between $800 million to $1 billion. And what they did was they combined the two platforms to create one. And so the crazy thing about this is when they combined the two platforms, they didn't make a new app called TikTok that started from zero. What they did was they allowed users to keep their data and transfer their data over to TikTok. So if I have 1 million followers on Musical.ly, and now Musical.ly is transferred into TikTok, I now already have 1 million followers on TikTok by default. All my videos are automatically on TikTok. All my comments on my followers are automatically on TikTok. So TikTok did not start at ground level. It did not start at zero. TikTok started with a huge advantage because it was almost a decade in the making, because Musical.ly had built the platform up so much and Vine had come around and really proven the concept to people. I'm gonna look in the chat box really quick to make sure I'm not missing anything.
I'm watching it for you, so you're good. You can.
Okay, thank you. And so I believe TikTok was private for a very, very long time, just to a few exclusive people. But I believe they launched in late 2016, early 2017, and they took off from there. And then unfortunately, the pandemic hit. And so people were in their homes and had nothing to do. And they saw that this app was really entertaining. And that also led to a huge influx of people to the app. Now, a lot of you may be saying, well, what happened to Triller? Triller ultimately just failed to compete with TikTok altogether. And so they niched down to sports related and makeup artist content. So yeah, they're still around, but again, nowhere as near as big as TikTok. So are there any questions at the moment? Is there anything that anybody would like to say before I move to the next section? Go on once, go on twice. Well, all right. So, Carrie, you had a question about TikTok's data collection, and we're talking about that right now. It's probably its biggest differentiator. TikTok's self-learning, artificial intelligence-based algorithm is the foundation for its success. So what I mean by that is TikTok, just like other social media platforms, but they take it to the next level, is insanely good. And it's almost very scary how good they are at knowing what you like to view. And what I mean by this is, for example, if I launch the app right now, TikTok is tracking every movement that I make. They are tracking what time I get on the app. They are tracking around what general location I'm getting on the app from. They are tracking how long I spend on a video if I stop on it. They are seeing if I like the video, if I am scrolling through the comments, if I'm commenting myself, if I am replying to the comments, if I'm sharing the video to other platforms, if I'm sharing the video to my friends, if I'm saving, they're doing this with every single user that is on TikTok. And that combined with TikTok choosing the content for you, and it's very, very, very almost oversimplified layout, allows for what we call the deadly scroll. And TikTok knows they have a deadly scroll. They actually have ads that come through and say you need to stop scrolling from TikTok themselves. But people can just scroll because they're not having to choose who to interact with on either feed, on the following feed or the For You page feed. So a lot of you may be asking, why does this, again, still matter to you at the end of the day, right?
Wait, I have a question.
Give me.
Going back to what you just told us in the previous slide about how TikTok's algorithm is set up.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I mean, for me, I'm considered an older millennial. That's a little scary, some of what you just said. But then I think about the business owner in me, and I'm just kind of like, how that's super beneficial, you know, as a
very
business
beneficial
to have that. So I just want to make sure I'm understanding. Are you saying that TikTok will curate the content, not just that I put out, but anyone puts out?
Correct.
For my target audience?
Correct.
Is that my understanding?
Absolutely. So what TikTok is doing is, for everybody, they're creating the best way to put it would be a profile about who you are based off of your activity on TikTok. And so it tries to group you in with people that have similar interests or similar tastes. And then it pushes that content out to you all. And that's what really allows for like people to get crazy organic growth with like very little following. Because TikTok is really pushing these videos out to people that they know are going to watch the videos based off of this extensive amount of data that it's getting. And I see your comment saying, as a person, it's scary, and as a business owner, it's intriguing.
Both ways is what you're saying. As a person, they cater to your likes and dislikes, but as a business person, they will push your specifications out to those people with likes. Mm-hmm. Dang, thank you.
And Mendez, I heard you say something about with very little following. I heard that sentence as well. So are you saying that on TikTok, whether you have 1, 100, 1,000, 1 million followers, I'm sure that has some impact, but TikTok will do the work no matter what
TikTok does the work no matter what.
No matter the number of followers you have.
I'm with, again, Nia Jackson, and I'm going to talk about her in a second. In her first month, I believe she had around 5,000 followers, but she was averaging 2.8 million views in that month. That is insane. Like the gravity of that is insane. TikTok was doing the work by pushing her videos out. They saw that one of her videos caught on, and they saw like the demographic of the people that are really watching that video, and they continued to push it and push it out. And the reason that TikTok does this is because they prioritize watch time. So TikTok makes money on ads, just like any other social media platform and just like Google. So if they can tell other people that our watch time is better than Facebook's, our watch time is better than Google's, our watch time is better than Twitter's, they're going to get priority in the ad space. And that's why TikTok is really, really, really pushing these videos out to this mass amount of people. And Nia just made a great comment. She said, the incentive for the TikTok algorithm is for the audience to spend more time on the app, which helps them out. Again, it makes them more money when people are spending more time on their app. So they're really gonna push this content that creators are making to everybody that could possibly even have an interest in it. So to sum it up, like you said, Carrie, TikTok as a user is catering to my likes and dislikes. And as a content creator, TikTok is essentially doing majority of the heavy lifting for me.
And as I think you're going to get into this, I'm not sure if it's today's session or next week's session, but there is a question that says, I've never been on TikTok. How do they categorize the video? I think you're getting into that later, but I don't know.
I can talk about it now because it's surrounding the algorithm. So Gail, there are two answers to this. There is the vanilla answer, and then there is the more like dark web, like not to scare you, dark web, like algorithm-based answer. The vanilla answer would be users, TikTok will push videos out with certain keywords in the caption or certain keywords like in the comments with certain hashtags. They can like identify that and push it out to users. But usually TikTok is really analyzing like what's going on in the video. And like they're able to say, okay, this person looks like this is a woman in this video, or this is a man in this video, or this is a dog or an animal in this video. So I know I need to push this video out to my animal lovers. Then they're able to say, is this video at daytime, like taken in the daytime, or is it at nighttime? Because if it's taken in the daytime, I'm going to push it out to my people who are on TikTok in the daytime, because I know that's what they like to see. TikTok is really analyzing these videos and taking in all of this information and then spitting it back to you based off of the interactions that you've made on the app so far. And the more you use TikTok as a user, the more it will begin to learn you. And that's also what makes it very, very, very addictive, because it just gets better and better and better at knowing what you like to see. I hope that answers your question, Gail. So why does this matter? Why does all of this matter to you as a business owner? I know a lot of you are small business owners and entrepreneurs that are still looking at TikTok with an eyebrow raised. So I've got 3 really good case studies. 2 of these are businesses, and 1 of these is a personal brand, right? And we're going to talk about how TikTok has really, really, really transformed these people's lives. The first one is, we have Alyssa Brianna. Alyssa Brianna is currently 23 years old, and I'm going to tell her story really quick. It's a little sad, but a great thing came out of a tragedy. So Alyssa was on her university's campus. I'm not going to say what college she's at for her own privacy, but she was harassed by one of the employees on the university. And so she did as anybody should do. She reported this incident to the campus administration. And not only did they not do anything about it, they gave her name to the person that harassed her. And so, I mean, she began really getting paranoid. She felt like she was being followed. So she realized that she had to take matters into her own hands. And for herself, she created a slew of self-defense tools and like key rings and stuff. So the alarm that you pull with the pin, I don't know the name for it, a pepper spray, taser. She created things like this for herself. And as she was using these things, she realized that she was not the only woman, especially in college, going through what she had gone through. So she decided to make a business out of this. And so now she sells keychains and jewelry based off of that tragedy. Now, where TikTok comes in is a few months into her business. She started her business in the pandemic. She started making TikTok videos for fun. And I'm really highlighting for fun because, again, I know I mentioned earlier that TikTok does not take as much time as people may think. But yeah, she started creating these videos for fun. And within a matter of weeks, these fun videos resulted in millions and millions and millions of views. And what did those millions and millions and millions of views do for her? This last update was a year ago. So I don't know how far she's progressed since then, but as of September of 2021, her business, Fabulous, had expanded to 2 full-time employees aside from herself. She is distributed out of multiple warehouses across the country. And every month she is sold out of her products. Tony, I see you clapping. I mean, I know that's right. I know it's Women's History Month too. I know that's right. And I want to take you to her TikTok page just for a second. The reason I'm bringing you here is because there is nothing really, aside from the product, there's nothing really, really, really unique about what Alyssa is doing. All Alyssa is doing is getting on TikTok, putting her camera up and talking about her product. She is not trying to do any gimmicks. She is not trying to really oversell anything to you. She's not trying to clickbait you. As we can see with these thumbnails, she's literally talking about her products and why she does what she does. And it has resulted in 1.4 million followers, 29.5 million likes, and all of her videos are getting tens of thousands of views. And I'll play one just so that you all can see.
But it has a built-in escape hammer. It sprays up to 16 feet and contains UV dye. Looks like regular pepper.
And so again, to show you the simplicity of this, I'm gonna turn the volume down or off on this video. This is a video that she shot outside. All she's doing is showcasing the features of her product, showcasing how it works, and that's it. And her audience is really, really, really engaging well with her. I mean, we have, I'm sold, just ordered mine, I can't wait. Why you didn't do my order yet? You know, she's built a demand based off of a video that probably took less than 10 minutes to make and edit all together. So yes, our second one is Nectar Hard Seltzer. I don't know if anybody's heard of these guys, but they create they've created an Asian hard seltzer brand. And so they started their business, I want to say 2 years ago, again, in the pandemic. And so when they created their business, they had the idea in early summer and they were able to launch at the end of summer, but they were experiencing a lot of troubles, and they attribute that to most people aren't drinking hard seltzer in fall. It's usually a drink that you enjoy by the pool, while you're out with your friends, late summer nights, heat, all of that stuff. They were really experiencing a lot of difficulties in getting retail stores to carry this, and even local grocery stores. So they did what any entrepreneur does. They continue to trek along and carry on in their journey. And Jeremy Kim had a natural passion for making videos. So he decided to get on this thing called TikTok in the pandemic and showcase the journey of their business by making short 30 to 40-second videos on the platform. And one of their first videos garnered 30,000 views. I mean, like one of their like very first videos. Again, this goes back to, you can have a little following and experience insane exponential growth on TikTok. But they had a uh-oh moment. TikTok said their video was banned because it violated community guidelines. So what did they do? They took the video down and they just re-uploaded the video again. And when they re-uploaded the video again, nothing changed at all. They got 300,000 views on the same piece of content, just uploaded at a different time. And the reason that I'm highlighting that is because I believe the TikTok algorithm was able to say, hey, this account really does great when we push their videos to these people. So we already know their demographic now. Once they re-uploaded that video, TikTok already had that foundation. They were able to really mass push it out to people that had similar interests. And so the Nectar team got really creative in the exposure that they were getting with TikTok. So they put in their TikTok bio and made videos about it. If you want Nectar, if you want our hard seltzer in your city, we want you to text this number. And what they would do is when about 300 people would text a number from one city, they would go to stores in that city and show the business owners, hey, we have this amount of people that want this product. We just need shelf space. We can guarantee you that you're going to sell out. And so that's how they were able to become self-distributed across California, New York, Hawaii. Again, this was done with no marketing budget, no distributor, and no publicist. I'm going to show you one of their videos because, again, very similar to Alyssa, Brianna, and Fabulous. Their videos are very, very similar, and they take very little effort.
Okay, this so is a video my question is, if it violates the guidelines, it violates the guidelines. So why did it violate the guidelines the first time and not second time?
We don't know. TikTok is very weird about that. I'm straight up with you. Okay. TikTok is very, even with working with Nia Jackson, there's been videos that there's literally been nothing wrong with, there's been nothing wrong with the video. She creates childhood relatable content, and they've banned the video, so.
And to me, what it sounds like, I don't know, because I literally don't know TikTok, but what it sounds like to me is that TikTok, based on the audience that may see the video, it may, because they're catering your audience so specifically, if for some reason you posted it, let's just say at 9 a.m. and the audience it got pushed to at that time isn't really a fan of that content, whether someone reports it or just based on whatever reason, seems like it could be a violation versus, let's just say you post same video at 5 p.m. and it's an audience that enjoys that video. And, like the example Mendez just showed us, they got 300,000 likes in a short amount of time from the same video. It seems like TikTok will just make sure that curated audience see it. That way it's no longer a violation. Again, I'm making this up because I have no idea if that's what TikTok does, but that's what it sounds like to me.
That could be a great point, Macaulay. And I just saw your comment about, do you think post-pandemic TikTok videos and accounts can still benefit from the exposure that the way the pandemic?
I'm going to reread that question because you sped through it and I want to make sure our Facebook audience hears it as well. Gotcha. Do you think post-pandemic TikTok videos or accounts can still benefit from exposure the way pandemic videos and accounts did? And
so I would say absolutely. Absolutely 100%. TikTok is still very focused on growing their platform to be the primary social media platform. And with that in mind, they're going to continue pushing this content as much as possible. So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, back to Nectar Hard Seltzer. This is just one of their videos documenting like their journey to how they got to where they are. I mean, a 15 to 20-second video of this person using footage that they already have and dancing in front of the footage probably took less than 30 minutes to really put all the way together. And they have 20,000 views in that video. This account has around 51,500 followers. And this is all based on them just documenting their business process.
And TikTok has the tools, like you see how he's dancing in front of his video? TikTok has the tools to let you do that, or is that like you have to?
TikTok has the editing tools to let you do that in the app. You don't have to take your videos outside to like Adobe or Final Cut Pro to edit them. There's a lot of editing features that can happen within TikTok.
And that's gonna come in another session, yes?
That's gonna come in another session.
Okay.
So yes, and so as we said today, I think Nectar just actually made an announcement that they are in 300 additional stores in Hawaii alone, which is, again, insane. And TikTok really was able to change the trajectory of their business. And then to our last case study, we have Nia Jackson. A few of you may know her. She also goes by Chip. Nia had stepped away from college and she went on to pursue a business venture. And then she decided that I want to step away from this. And I really want to showcase my creative talents. And I want to do it through TikTok. And so Nia is an actress and content creator. So she said, let me find out what I can do on TikTok and what I enjoy doing. And let me just make videos around it. And so Nia and I began working together in, I would say, early August, late July. And we started tracking her analytics around that time. And she obtained what many would call overnight success. Again, like I told you all earlier, on TikTok in the first month, Nia was averaging 2.8 million views. That's in her first month of creating these childhood relatable content videos for people to laugh at and enjoy. I'll show you one of her videos. Now, Nia's videos do take a little more time and effort because she's like writing these skits out. This isn't stuff that's happening in her life that she can film. She's actually having to set time aside for it. But I mean, when we're filming together, we can shoot around 8 videos in an hour and a half. And then Nia takes a couple of hours to edit them and they're up on the TikTok. Let's see, let's pick one of these up from right here.
Make it make sense, Nia. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Why you got all these water bottles over here?
Ma, it's only 2 water bottles.
So you just drank 2 water bottles right now?
I just opened and drank those.
Well, pick it up. Pick it up. That's just lazy. It's just lazy. You just look sloppy.
Okay.
And so again, very short video, took a few minutes to record, probably took about 30 minutes to 45 minutes to edit. And Nia's videos are averaging around 20 to 30,000 views. We have some outliers here. This video is about to hit 100,000 views. But this has really allowed Nia to build an audience around what she does. And she now also works with other brands on their digital content strategies on what would do good on TikTok and what would do good on other social media platforms.
Nia, get out of my house. That's literally me every day. I feel so old. That's every day in my house.
I think she's still in here, but she may be in another meeting as well.
Oh, Nia's here, really active in the chat.
Present.
You can speak to him, Nia. Is there anything that you want to talk about real quick for about 1 or 2 minutes about your experience being a content creator on TikTok?
Dang, put me on the spot. I'm supposed to be cooling. Nah. I believe the biggest thing is just having confidence and going into something that it's like you're not really familiar with, but it's so easy to get familiar with. It's like any learning curve, but honestly, it's faster. And if I can tell you, like, if I told myself 7 months ago, starting at 0 followers, that I'd be right here today, I wouldn't believe it. But honestly, it just goes down to the roots of everything that you do, which is just have confidence in yourself, have confidence in whatever that product is that you're selling or doing for fun, and just be consistent at it. The algorithm is literally built for you to win. They win when you win. And it's just a matter of just playing around with it and seeing what works, and then just repeat that process over and over again. But I've never seen in my 24 years, something that sets you up to win the way that TikTok does. I mean, it's so hard to grow on YouTube. It's so hard to grow on Instagram. Honestly, those two platforms are blowing it right now, because TikTok is starting to add stuff slowly to where they suck in those type of platforms, because the way their algorithm is. Like, this is a place where you literally can grow followers at an expedited rate, supporters, and then transfer those over to your other platforms and solidify a concrete brand. You know, like this is literally life-changing. This is the opportunity for everybody to be able to change their life. From if you're 13 when you get on the platform, to all the 80-year-olds. They literally have like 80-year-old people pages that make content. Like, this is the way you can literally change your life, your family's life, or whoever you'd like to, for whatever you'd like to. Why? My thing is kind of like, just why not? It's sitting right there for you. That's it.
Thank you for that, Nia. You're getting a lot of love in the comments too. A lot of people are saying how proud they are on you.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Gail said, how much time on average do you spend on TikTok? I'm going to preface that before you answer that, Nia, with Nia is doing a lot of editing this week just to get a lot of the videos that she has had in the vault edited and make sure that she's prepared for the coming weeks. But Nia, how much time would you say we spend per week just on TikTok?
For consuming, so you always got to spend a little bit of time to consume and see like what's the latest trends and stuff, but you really don't have to spend that much time on it. Like, if it's one of the weeks where I'm like, oh shoot, I ain't been on TikTok, let me go ahead and just look for a little bit. You can look for like an hour or 30 minutes and understand, oh, this is what everybody's talking about, these are the trends. You know, you don't have to spend too much time on it. But then there's times where I'm like, oh, let me get on my phone and do something, and now I'm there for hours. But that's truthfully, from a work standpoint, you don't have to be on there that long to get what everybody's talking about.
And let me say this as well. Nia is spending, I would say, about 3 to 5 hours on there a week. On TikTok, like in general, that is shooting, working on TikTok, and just really planning the content. I would push that closer to 6. But Nia is also putting out 3 videos a day. We're not telling you to put out 3 videos a day, but we found that works best for Nia and her growth. So keep in mind, 3 videos a day is still a lot to plan, direct, edit, and all of that.
Another quick question.
Hit me.
I'm working with a wellness company, and they have a lot of products. So does evergreen content work? Like, if you make a video about the hemp oil, and then the next week you make it about the collagen, and the next week you make it about the vitamins, they've got so many things that I can talk about, but eventually I'm going to run out of products till they get new ones. So how do they feel about recycled content? Are they okay with evergreen or no?
Nia and I recycle content every day.
I love you guys. You're my new best friends.
We appreciate that, Carrie. But yes, that's a great question as well. Like I mentioned with Nectar, they uploaded that video, one of their first videos that went viral. They got 30,000 hits. They got taken down the next time they uploaded it, 300,000. Nia, we found that since she uploads 2 videos a day, we decided to do one video that was an older video just to repost it. And those videos still get about the same amount of traffic that any other video does. Sometimes they get even more. And that's
new people are joining all the time. So new people are going to be exposed to the old content. Yeah.
And so as TikTok gains more information about who your audience is and what demographic really enjoys your content, they're able to push it out to more people that they may not have pushed it out to initially. So I do want to take a few moments to just really show, again, the basic interaction features of TikTok. I'm going to choose one of these videos really quick. Let's see, because I'll have the audio off anyway. And it looks pretty similar on your phone. The only difference is that this screen is not going to be on the side. You're just going to click on it and it's going to come up. But just like any other social media platform, we can like the video, we can comment on the video, we can share the video to different platforms. We can copy the link and send it directly to somewhere or put that link somewhere. We can go in the comments and read the comments. We can like the comments, we can reply to them. We can tag somebody else that we know, their username in the comments, and we can go to the profile directly from here, and we can follow directly from this page. But one thing that I really want to point out to you is that as I may be scrolling through these comments, like agreeing with these people and really interacting with them, this video is still playing. And again, TikTok's main focus is watch time. So as I'm deciding how I'm going to interact, how I'm going to share this video is racking up watch time, which for the content creators is golden, because TikTok is saying, okay, a lot of people are spending a lot of time on this video. People must like it. Let me push it out to even more people. So that's another thing about TikTok that really, really, really stands out. If you go to Instagram and you go to the comment section, the video stops playing. The same thing with Facebook on most mobile devices. But TikTok, this video is still playing and still racking up a lot of watch time. I believe in this time right here, this video has gone through 6 to 7 times. So yeah. And again, this is a profile, somebody's profile. You can follow them, you can share their profile, or you can report it, but we're not going to report this profile, or you can send them a message. So I just really wanted to go over like just the key points of this session, what you're missing by not getting on TikTok. You're missing out on a lot of brand awareness. Again, TikTok allows you instant access to its 1 billion, probably even more at this moment, active monthly users. TikTok, again, is free to use. It's free to create. You can use ads on TikTok. I would highly recommend Instant just because the organic growth is just insane at the moment. So it's very little cost to your business. Audience engagement is very good on TikTok. You're able to really see who's like interacting with your content, and you're able to talk directly to them on TikTok and build that connection with them, which is again why a lot of people use social media platforms. And the analytical info that you're getting on the people that TikTok is seeing that likes your content. Again, I've worked with somebody and they said, this is my target demographic. And as they begin to post on TikTok, we saw that it wasn't just this like customer profile that they had built. There's also this very different customer profile that is really engaging with their content. And so they were able to change their strategy and pivot to hit both of those demographics. So
I've always wondered about those avatars, because people are people and they have so many interests that what you think that you're aiming for, you might not actually be aiming for at all. Cool. Okay.
So yes, that is what I have for this session today. I want to take this time now to see if anybody has any last questions or concerns that I wasn't able to get to, or if anybody just wants to add any comments.
I have a question. Well, I might need you to go back to that screen because that's how I remember stuff when I'm reading stuff.
Okay.
But you said something about you wouldn't recommend doing ads, right? Which, you know, for those that frequent marketing outside the box, and, you know, Mendez mentioned this in the beginning, is widely different from what we normally hear from other platforms, with maybe the exception of Twitter. You know, other platforms are typically pushing you to get ads so your business can get noticed. And I know that we'll get into more of business pages and things of that nature, but I want to ask you directly, Mendez, on TikTok, are the ads, I know we're talking about businesses and we'll talk about creating the business page on TikTok and things of that nature. Are TikTok ads mainly, like I can understand why an individual person or solopreneur might not invest in ads, but I'm thinking about business curated pages, like business pages creating ads. Would you still say the same thing? Like you don't think there's much value in paying for ads on TikTok?
So
I'm literally asking.
So I love the way that you frame the question, because it depends on who we're speaking to. So I know today I'm speaking to a lot of small business owners and freelancers. For that demographic, I would not recommend creating, like, even if you do have around 4 or 5 employees and you have a really strong brand presence online, because what TikTok does is for you to be able to create an ad on TikTok, you are limited to it takes a lot of features away from you. So you're not able to use, and we'll talk about this as we move forward with TikTok, you're not able to use a lot of the trending sounds or hashtags that a lot of other people are able to use, and that could limit your growth. But for these really large corporations, so such as CBS or there's no Nike, Adidas, those people, they obviously have their corporate accounts made so that they can, I believe it's also to maintain that image, because I think it would look weird if they didn't have a corporate account, but also to run their ads, to spin their ads as usual. Now, I will say that one comment that I do want to add in is that there's, again, not another moment like this in history when it comes to TikTok. And what I mean by that is it is so cheap at the moment to get in front of millions and millions and millions of people. When you look back 15 years, this opportunity was not available. There were so many barriers to get to this point, that point being viewed by millions of people. There were so many middlemen involved. And so now that the industry is shifting, TikTok is still relatively new. A lot of these corporations have not really capitalized on what they can when it comes to social media platforms in general, but especially TikTok.
And I think when you put it like that, what you said earlier, that makes a lot of sense to me as far as why a business, especially a small business, wouldn't do an ad right now. Because literally you have the advantage by not doing the ad right now.
And then, I mean, like Nia had mentioned earlier, the app literally is set up for you to win. And this is just me being straight. I don't see a point in paying for something that you're probably going to get the same results as if you were doing it organically.
Right.
Like, honestly, truly.
Okay.
Just, do we have any other questions, concerns, comments, any of that?
Yeah, I do. I have one last question. This is more of a, I guess, business product question. So, a lot of the platforms are against anything in the cannabis industry, even though, hemp is technically still cannabis. Do some of those same, prohibitions, some of those same regulations go in this platform as well?
So I'm going to give you two different answers. So I'm going to preface that with, I don't want to say anything about an industry that I'm not very familiar in, first of all, but I will say from my personal experience, I have seen a lot of not only businesses, but just individuals promote the benefits of using hemp, cannabis, those things on TikTok, and have seen them experience massive growth as well. So I would say off the top of my head, I would say that I do believe some of those stigmas and, like you mentioned, prohibitions may be on TikTok, but I don't think they're nearly as severe as Facebook or Instagram or Twitter would be.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, before we end today, Mendez, can you go back and remind us on what next week is focused on?
Yes, next week we'll be focusing on, and I can take you all to the screen in case you need to see. We'll be doing a live setup of you all's TikToks. So I need you to bring your devices, because I'll be walking you through exactly what you need to do to set up your TikTok so that it's optimized for growth. It's very simple, but there's also a lot of small little steps in it that really could make or break your account.
So when you say our devices, you mean our phone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can do this on a computer as well, but the experience is going to be a little better on your phone.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you all
so much, Mendez. This was a great intro to TikTok. I have a TikTok, but I'm excited about setting up a TikTok next week because I don't even have a picture up on mine. So next week will be great. And then moving into this content creation, which I think is going to be the meat of it for everyone. As you think about, growing your business and your presence on TikTok. So I'm excited about the next few weeks. We will get this presentation out to everyone. I'm going to say by Monday because Tasha's on vacation. If I send it, you'll get it by Friday. But if we wait for Tasha to come back, you all will get it on Monday. But Tony, if you can drop the Hustle email address in the chat for everyone. If you all have any questions before you get the presentation, you can feel free to send us an email and we'll get that to you. And if you have questions for Mendez, if you want, you can drop your email address in the chat for them, Mendez, and you can reach out to him directly. But other than that, thank you all so much and see you next week. Same time, same place.
I know that's right. I just dropped my email in the chat. Thank you, Nia. Thank you for the great feedback. I really appreciate it.
Awesome.